Waluigi's flower shop, Mario tries to tell his bro that March 10th is upon them and invites everyone to his party. But all of his friends will be busy that day, bumming the paisano out. He turns to his friend without benefits to declare Mario Day an official holiday for the Mushroom Kingdoms and everyone can have a day off. One of the guard totes explains only the president is in charge of national holidays, and it has to pass by including it in the Constitution. This gives Mario the brilliant idea to alter it himself, so he asks for help from his old friend Jack Black by offering him to also declare
Chicken McNuggets.
they are real holiday too. Bowser agrees to tag along and head to Washington DC in Luigi's van. The two rush into the capital with Luigi not knowing about their plan, leaving him open to the Secret Service led by Swag. A possible metaphor for a certain event that happened a while back. The cyber rivals reach the main room with the almighty Obama prison, protecting the Constitution. Since I'm assuming Old Man Joe is busy gaining his prison buddy, they hide briefly until the prison attacks them, so Mario summons his screamer girlfriend as a diversion. They find what they're looking for, but are cornered by Swag's faction. Mario and Bowser manage to force the guards to get yet another job, but the prison transports them into one of the ships used in the Boston Tea Party and goes face to face with the plumber and turtle. One stylish battle later, they defeated, returning Obama to his original form and write their desired holidays on the Constitution. After Bowser turns into his favorite food, they have a victory dance with the former leader. Now that's the real American dream. 7.5 out of 10. The action scenes with Mario and Bowser's friendship carried this video, but the jokes were pretty basic. It's a small trip down memory lane with Bowser, though doesn't wish it in a way modern day hostility both in out American politics. It was neat to see SMG4 tackle an upcoming celebration of Mario featuring satire towards patriarchy without going too far. Like those crappy sitcoms that set animation back a decade or two. The Mario Madness of March doesn't stop here though, as their take on the actual holiday is right around the corner. But what is our beloved Mimo really up to these past few weeks? Let's find out. Big day is here, as Mario is throwing a bonanza in the castle, excited to be celebrating with his companions from an outside of his hometown. The place is decorated in Mario style in each room, complete with a guest appearance from Hollywood's sworn enemy. The host is about to start the main event, but remembers one of his closest friends isn't around, as he's still locked in his room. Mario and company attempt to convince Ford to take a break from his project to keep the party going, but the door is more barricaded than Area 51 and Fort Knox combined. After failing to distract the guests and getting their blue buddy outside, Mario has to cancel the event to everyone's dismay. It urges Wario to hijack the holiday by theming the party around himself with assistance from Waluigi. A montage of garlic stench, chaos, and shoes, devolving into a fight against the gang in Wario's army to take back control of the party. However, everything comes crashing down once Maggie kicks Wario into the internet router, disconnecting the Wi-Fi. This finally causes SMG4 to open the door, but his progress taking a noticeable halt. He is totally livid. He snatches the Waluigi launcher to blast the living hell out of the guests and screams at his friends to leave him all alone. This shocks the gang and leaves Mario in despair since he was going to hand him an award for his best friend. Suddenly, everyone gets a notification for a live stream of making of his upcoming video. No one's sure what's in store. 8 out of 10. Fun shenanigans at the beginning, a little filler during the middle, and at the end we get the most real acting from Luke, who's never sounded this pissed off. It's meant to be a fun party for the entire cast until it isn't, when their leader is now in trouble. One change I would have made is sort of trim down the Wario stuff, as it almost takes the audience away from the story, and the live stream in the ending turned out to be real. The team planned a 100-hour stream you could watch in real time, if you get your rocks out the mental patience or something, which led up to the announcement of the updated character designs in the brand new movie. For a parody channel that's claimed to be all about dough, that's a lot of work for a low budget cartoon. Of course you know what comes next. However, this time I'm doing something different. Usually I give movies in their own dedicated video reviews, but since it's smack dab released in the middle of the month, I'm including this in the batch. In the last 2 episodes, giving out context as to where it's at. So let's get started tackling movie number 4. The countdown has reached 0. 3 and Maggie are still concerned about 4's well-being. A shadow of darkness crashes the castle to kickstart the plot, frightening the two. A recap of the timing regarding his perfect video starts, with 4 struggling over the process, then declining the Texas trip for Mario, rejecting his invitation to the Mario Party, and storming out the door when the Wi-Fi went out. Going back to his computer, he saw a pop-up advertising a keyboard that apparently has an advantage of completing projects to perfection. His dedication urged him to order it, instantly delivering it at his window, and upon usage wraps around his consciousness. Back to the present, his friends desperately drag him out of this room, scribbled in agony. Suddenly, the dreaded keyboard has the meme lord on lockdown and emits an icky paint-like goo filled with eyeballs that oozes throughout the lobby. The Mario Bros and friends walk to the castle to check out their blue buddy, hoping things have gone less tense. They're just in time to witness another demonic entity seizing the building. The duo escape the castle, warning them about the vicious octopus. Yet Bookins foolishly embrace the hazard, getting captured and nearly consumed. They decide to split up. Mario tags along with Miggy and 3 to get 4 back, while the rest ward off the monster and look over the castle in case of more trouble. The trio re-enters SMG4's room, finding a note left on his computer saying, "I just want to make everyone happy." Immediately realizing what it means, the sludge resurfaces in the room, kicking out 3, and they encounter a possessed toad with freakishly long legs. Meanwhile, the others are still dealing with the freak, so Bob tries to call Melly to put a stop to it. Unfortunately, her sleep schedule must have taken a nosedive as she doesn't respond. Then Swag and Chris arrive with the army, aware of the commotion, to which they're ordered to blow up Peach's castle to stop the monster spread. And since Swag is irresistible to his destructive cravings, the gang refused to comply because their friends are still inside, and Bookins embarrassingly suggests friendship to work things out, despite that almost leading to his demise from this approach. The trio overcome the corrupt fungi and head to the 2nd floor. They notice the paintings have been replaced with text, revealing 4's thoughts. 3 describes him as the pressure he's been put through for a month since his relevance was declining. He got canceled over doing something that didn't reflect his YouTube philosophy, and working on a perfect video was necessary for him to get on the internet's good side again. His former nemesis emphasized with him dearly, knowing he was in a similar position throughout the years, up to when he brutally took over the channel for himself. Since then, he's realized fame isn't everything. It's better to grow your own audience rather than stealing someone else's out of jealousy. They proceed to take a look in the mirror room and sees 4's old form, implying his plan was to revert back to it for the video as a way of pleasing everyone, and that he recognized this design meant a lot of certain folk. 3 is suddenly dragged into the mirror by the corpse and turns into an identical husk. Mario and Maggie head to the top floor, but a bee blocks the stairway, forcing them to do a meme reactions for elusive views. In order to let them pass, they have to laugh hard enough for the meter to go up. Mario, having a superior sense of humor, unlocks the stairs, but they're immediately met with a nasty surprise. The evil keyboard has completely manifested into a demonic balloon fueled by SMG4's perfectionism. Dead sick of seeing more than the castle that further he wants to make a masterpiece. It also attacks using its possessed victims, thus 3 is the collateral. After using their skills to take it down, they end up getting dragged into substance. Accepting their fate, Mario and Maggie and 3 have one last heart-to-heart towards their best friend, knowing the struggles of an entertainer such as him. Boopkins gets proven right for once as Force Seal breaks and he grabs him out of the goop. The group reconciles as the meme lord is emotionally relieved, but is still held hostage by the keeper until he truly finishes the video. Mario and Maggie jump outside the castle while 3 tries to get his companion unstuck. The others are busy scuffling over the building as Sweat desperately wants to blow it up, but the game refuses to let go of their home, thinking the situation will blow over. However, the damage is already done. As the monster particularly swallowing it whole, they agree to detonate the mold and sink the creature to prevent it from reaching the kingdom. Back inside, 4 understands it's no use saving himself from the keyboard and believes he deserves his fate for isolating his friends and destroying their home. 3, in spite of danger, brings out his laptop to aid him with the project, even if it means they die trying. Against all odds, they complete the video and download it onto the SUB, freeing him from the chair. Then they escape from the rubble and grab onto the ledge. As the quake causes the drive to fall out of 4's pocket, and 3 cling on for dear life, forced to make a tough decision. He leaves behind his magnum opus and power kicks his peers towards the surface. The others watch their home collapses into a chasm, thinking they lost 2 of their closest friends. Silence plays until the 2 guardians climb up on the surface. They all cheer for their survival. The celebration is then cut short, noticing Peach's castle is all but destroyed, reflecting of the memories they had in there from the past 12 years. Cora is disappointed in himself for his impetus leading to this disaster. Understanding that the friendship of your closest ones means a lot more to him than pleasing an entire audience or creating the best art possible. Not wanting the memory of their old place to fade away, he carries one of the doors and plans to build a new castle. Instead of rebuilding it like before, this time the future building will reflect their interests and likely be a more fun place to hang out. The gang, after accepting the potential of a brand new home, start searching for a location to begin their next chapter. But Maggie remembers Peach is left behind in a sinkhole. She slipped through the whole adventure and wakes up discovering she's trapped there. For now, it's a mystery if the prison will ever get out. 9 out of 10. This movie, while ironically not perfect, is still brilliant in its own right. It's another thrilling ride with laughter and emotion aplenty, while the structure is similar to that of previous movies. Its themes of dangerous perfectionism and the loss of settling instead of characters are what separates the movie from its contemporaries. The characters in terms of highlights belong to SMG4, who has overcome his past ideology of destroying his rival's career as a major plot of the series. Second place goes to 4 for his personal journey of taking accountability for his actions and triumphing against unnecessary hatred. Whether the real Lucas actually channeled his personal beliefs into the story or not, it serves as a cautionary tale for the audience to not overwork and mistreat your idols. Even if you disagree with their vision of methods of delivering entertainment, Mario and Maggie serve as a great assistance to their fellow men, proving they can always set their differences aside in favor of a good cause. The other characters are fine in their role, watching over them, trying to take care of the residents, but more scenes of them debating the odds of losing council between guards would have added more purpose in their action. And it was a smooth move to make a so-called perfect video a mystery, whether it's a typical meme with hidden genius or an actual lost episode. It's up to the cast if they ever want to dig deep into the void and retrieve it for a special occasion. Generally speaking, us fans have been dealing with reputational serious secondhand by numerous groups I mentioned and news to him for several years. And naturally, I expect the message of this movie fly over the heads as another excuse to dogpile a YouTuber they never appreciated, but I've got nothing out to this point. That I haven't already got over my past reviews, discussions, and don't worry, I can still express what I think of dilemmas like these. So...
I gotta take a shit.
To anyone who understands the plot and treats the studio like human beings, you're doing great even if you don't like this movie. This doesn't mean SMG4 is now unanimously immune to criticism, nor I'm pronouncing this pastime dead as a result. My point is, if you truly want the show to take its current qualities even further, the best thing you can do is critique responsibly and not repeat yourself. If you feel like your advice isn't going through, remember that they're not ignoring you on purpose, as their schedule is the true challenge on making things consistent. We can only support and wish them the best. Even if this is the end of the road for you, socially, we're still far away from a utopia of entertainers and audiences treat each other with respect due to a multitude of factors. But we can always dream right now. It's time to look at the aftermath of the event with this next episode. Days later, at the Mario's, Thor arrives asking if he could visit until they build him a new castle. Luigi is somehow confused despite witnessing the events that unfolded, and Mario gladly gives him an opening, transforming his robe to a bizarro rhythm. The two proceed to enjoy breakfast, but the meeting is interrupted by the pesky plumber's lack of table manners. Then he asks where's the shower, but Mario demonstrates how he cleans himself up, when he has to, that is, by power washing. Later, SMG4 starts video making again, but Mario makes a bunch of noise playing DDR. The two squabble and make a mess, prompting Thor to clean it up and asks Mario to get some food. He ridiculously brings in a live cow that wrecks the place again, making the guardian agitated enough to go outside. Luigi comes back to reality, talking with his acquaintance about his brother's troubles. He may be incredibly and irresponsible and selfish towards his flesh and blood, but deep down they both contain brotherly bond the guardian part failed to take away. In the nick of time, Paisano drives in the RV and gives a forced apology for his insolence as a host. After convincing Luigi that he needs it the most, he drives away happily that he has the place to sleep in again. And the bros hung it out after Mario reinforces appreciation for Luigi's household management. Hopefully they treated themselves to some nice burgers from that faxed cow afterwards. 8.5 out of 10. SMG4 Mario shenanigans while Luigi falls in the bootleg fly of despair. A simple post-movie episode is all you're getting here. Now, the conflict between the two main characters is nothing we haven't seen before, but not in a cynically judgmental way. Luigi doesn't add much aside from the brief explanation that despite his brother's action, he doesn't leave him and go to another house. Mario also contradicts his greedy traits, showing occasional moments from gratitude, like giving away the RV to his friend. Just like the show being 100% funny is not the requirement that people love to force in. He is not always a stupid character that ignores constructive values the viewers can take note of. These are aspects any cartoon has, regardless if the structure is episodic or serialized, so this video serves its purpose well as a real good episode. Quite a busy month this one was. I appreciate you understanding my thoughts and feelings, which is something this gigantic digital environment should be getting back to. Thank you guys so much for the support, no matter how small it is, and I hope you guys are invested in the future of this web show and my own channel, however long it will all last. Have a great day out there, and as always, peace out.
Love really makes a guy come